technology something or other with my camera. So I apologize, but I'll get there eventually.
Okay.
And
We'll
you
we'll imagine you in some festive holiday attire. That's all.
No.
And I believe a recording show started.
Yes, I did see it pop up, Beggar. Thank you. Yes. So I think with that, I know that Kareem is not attending. Chief Frank, despite admonishment, is here. So welcome, Chief. And we will
Thank you.
formally
No,
call.
no video today, just audio.
Okay, thanks. Very well then. Formally call the meeting to order and ask if we have any additions or deletions to the agenda.
If I could just make one comment and then I'll leave it to you, Trevor. There has been some potential further discussion on the case number 2020 OS6. And I just had a little bit of a discussion with Vagar on that, and I don't know if it would be more beneficial for us to take another review and discuss that at the next one, or whether I'll leave it up to the committee as to whether you want to discuss as is and bring up any potential concerns.
I can go either way on that.
As
Yeah.
could I.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, let's leave it on the agenda, and maybe if there are any concerns or thoughts, we can bring them up in executive session and then make a determination there. I think certainly for the record, there's some potential, depending on how the committee wishes to go, that case may be just moved to a future agenda. Be helpful. Okay, so with that, we will potentially have a little more discussion with specific details in executive session. So hearing then no additional thoughts on additions or deletions to the agenda, I would move to the minutes of, let's see, the 7th, November 7th. Okay, those. Looks like we don't have the requisite members present to vote on those. It's just Chief Frank and myself. Kareem was the third member present for that meeting. He's not here, so we only have two of us. So let's move then to the minutes of. Oh, Karen's coming in again.
Here she is.
Hey, Karen. There you go. That works better.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's quite all right. So now we're taking a look at the minutes of December 12th. And again, holy smokes, it's the same. Let me make sure I'm getting that right. It's the same three people in attendance on both, Chief Frank, myself, and Kareem. And Kareem is not here, so we don't have enough members present to vote on those. So it looks like, sorry, Vagar, looks like those will be moved to the next meeting. We'll keep pushing those down the road till we get there. So, all right, with that, then I would look for a motion to go into executive session.
Make that motion. Move into executive session to discuss pending Act 56, which are by law confidential and may result in disciplinary sanctions imposed on the subject officer certification, and to seek legal advice related to such complaints and investigations, the premature general public knowledge of which would clearly place the subcommittee and the subject officer at a substantial disadvantage. Included in my motion to go in executive session is our legal counsel, Kim McManus, our investigator, Vagar Bowe, and our executive director, Chris Brickell.
Okay, and I think your audio was way down at the beginning, Karen, but it's the standard printed motion. So if there's questions, we can refer back to that, except for your invitees. And I believe I heard enough. Kim, if you have any concerns as counsel, let me know and we'll redo it. But no, we're good. Okay, great. So with that, then we have the standard motion to go in executive session with invitations to Vagar, Kim, and Chris. Do we have a second to that?
I second.
Thank you, Sean. Any discussion on the motion to go to executive session? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. That's a visual thumbs up from Chief Frank. So that's unanimous amongst members present. So I will thereby see you in executive session in a few moments.
Where'd I go? Okay.
Sean here. Vega, I'm just curious about Teams because I know very little about it. Do you have to actually start and stop the recording for when we go into executive, or does it
Yeah,
do it automatically?
I stopped the recording in the public session and moved to the executive session and then restart the
I wonder-
recording. I'll come back.
Would it record us in executive if it didn't get stopped? Does anybody know that?
Don't know.
Hmm.
It doesn't. Kim says it doesn't.
Because it's a completely different meeting, right?
Right.
No, there you go. That's true. That's true. There you go. Different meeting. Okay, cool.
Look at
All
you
right,
making
Sean.
me look like I know what I'm doing, Trevor.
You're the IT genius here. Yeah. Sean, welcome back. Okay. Before I forget, because I failed in the last meeting, we're going to address the issues that were brought forward in executive session. So with matter 20243A2R, I would make a motion for a no finding.
A second.
Hearing none, all in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. Case 20200S6. That matter, I would make a motion of no finding of a Act 56 violation.
A second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Unanimous. Then in matter 20245F9U, I would just note on the record that we're going to hold that case pending additional information. And the last case, 2024404V, would note in the minutes that that case is being held as well, pending additional information. Okay, so with that, we had Kim working on our procedures. Opportunity to discuss that.
Yes, so very simple additions to the document that I sent you, and I apologize that I just sent it this morning. But there's not too much to review. One, I added the definition of a business day, what that term means. So that's in 3.3.3, the term business day, parenthetical S, parenthetical, shall be construed to mean Monday through Friday, excluding state and or federal holidays. So that was suggested at the last meeting, so I added that into the definition section. And then if you scroll to dispositions by the committee, which is section 8, within the settlement language, I had
What?
present.
May not be no gas. All right, bye. See you later.
I presented some suggested language around with a recommended stipulated agreement if the committee, a reminder that the committee cannot go beyond the sanction on a first offense category B of an agency's disciplinary action unless one of the exceptions has been applies. I didn't say found because you're not making a finding. I mean, you would need to attribute it, or the stipulated agreement would need to speak to why the agreement is going above and beyond the
Okay.
agency's sanction. So I added one clause you saw last time, and then I added the second one just highlighting, and I'll just read it out loud. If a recommended stipulated agreement for a category B first offense includes a sanction that surpasses an officer's agency's disciplinary action for the same alleged conduct, then the stipulated agreement must reference the subsection of the statute that justifies the council's action. So just a reminder that in any agreement, if it went above and beyond, there would just need to be a paragraph in the stipulated agreement just referencing, right? Like, did the officer resign? Were they terminated? Was there a suggestion of an invalid investigation, or was it unreasonable of the agency? And I didn't repeat that language anywhere else because if, again, this had to be noticed and went to a hearing, it wouldn't be in the notice, because again, this would be the sanction part, but it would be something that the council would on record need to address, like why the sanction went above and beyond. They would need to make that finding. So those were the only two additions to the procedures.
That looks
Plus all
very
the
helpful.
crossouts last time. So
Yeah.
everyone saw those, just kind of cleaning up category B conduct behavior, the definition of, and then the formatting just got a little wonky, which we would clean up before you presented this to the council.
Now, I wonder, Kim, just because I so easily confuse myself, should we include in kind of the header, the title of this document for, and I don't know the terminology, for all alleged violations that occur on or after January 1, 2025? Because we're going to have two sets of procedures. We're going to have to retain the old procedures for everything before January 1. So just to definitively, I don't want somebody to grab this and say, wait a minute, you didn't follow your procedures, but it's something that happened this week.
No, absolutely. I think when you have the council approve this, you would want the document to note effective as of with the date, right? And then.
But not just effective, only effective for things that happen after the date. Because even though it's going to be effective on the 1st, we can't apply these can't apply these procedures to the old rules.
Yes, right. Like,
So,
yes.
yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be right. It'll be similar to how you have to look at the date of the violation to see, you know,
Right,
is this before 2018? Is it after 2018? Right.
Yeah,
Which,
right. Yeah.
So,
and I can address that maybe at the time of voting. Maybe we can label the document, something, just something to make it clear to me, just which rule book am I playing from, but certainly from a potential member of the public that's reviewing our documents.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, so even if it is effective as of date and these procedures will be applied to any alleged conduct,
that occur on or after
that occurs
January 1,
on or
25.
after.
Yep.
And that's
Yep,
all
there you go.
we would need.
I like it. That's sweet. That's good. Yep. Helpful.
So I'll add that in the draft just as a footer or at the end. And then you can play around with that language a little bit before you present it.
Great. Appreciate that work. Anybody else have any comments on those before we move on? I appreciate the quick work on it. Get it done. That way we're ready for the 1st, certainly. And Chris, and I don't know, members of the committee maybe haven't seen your training video. I think it probably only went to law enforcement, but Chris very expeditiously put out, was it Monday or late last week? Anyway, very recently,
That's Friday.
a recorded training on the new code of conduct so that it's now accessible to anybody that can click it. It's available on YouTube. They can go there, they can get it done. And hopefully departments are tracking that, making sure that everybody is viewing that so that they're ready for January 1. there's no excuse to not be well informed. So thank you for getting that done.
Sure thing. We had to.
Yeah, there you go. Right. One of
Kind of
those.
last minute, unfortunately, but
Well, it's done.
Thank you for doing that.
When you wait to the last minute, it only takes a minute.
There you go. Is that
Yeah.
that's it? That's my new motto. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
So
Sean,
with that,
if I don't get a chance to relose you, good luck with your process today or tomorrow, whichever it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a drag, but whatever.
yeah,
Happy
you know,
days.
We've all been
Happy
there,
days.
so
So
Yeah.
am
the
I.
fun,
we're
the
with
fun
you.
of our age.
Welcome
Good
to the club.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
If we weren't recorded in public session, I'd share an experience with you, but I don't want it on the record. So another day.
No, please don't. Please don't.
It's
Please don't.
it's not
So many
it's not
stories.
it's not bad. It's just morbidly humorous. That's all. But
Oh,
we won't
okay,
we,
So many
we won't share. Outcome was all good. It was just a little clunky getting there. Little
Okay, got you.
yeah. Another day I'll share
Got
it.
you.
So anyway,
Hey, Heather, sorry, Trevor, before we end our meeting, I want to note that this is Kim's last meeting of the subcommittee.
Yeah.
And Kim, I just want to thank you for your service to this subcommittee. It's been such a pleasure to work with you, and I've so deeply appreciated your incredible expertise and your willingness to sit with us and listen to us so carefully and be on these incredible journeys with each one of these cases. I'm going to really miss you and just really appreciate everything you've done to support us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'm really
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really
Thank you,
spoiled
Kim.
because I haven't met a lot of attorneys who can be like really definitive, succinct. It's like, it's more the legal process. Well, if this, then maybe this, and if that. You have like given us answers. You've been within a very brief format, and it's just been really appreciated. Yeah, we're going to miss you terribly.
Yeah.
Terribly.
Well, thank you. I have enjoyed working with this group and just watching you all work through these issues. It's hard stuff and it's good stuff, and it's really been
Yeah.
such a pleasure to be a part of. And yeah, I won't be able to slide into executive session anymore. So I'll be out of the loop, but you'll continue all this great work. So I'm not worried.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kim.
Kim. Thank you.
Pleasure having you with us to blaze this trail. So I think it's helped us to really develop some good procedures, good practices, and it's really important work. So thanks.
And very nicely crafted stern letters.
Right, there we go. Yes. You read between the lines of what we want very well.
Well, she takes my feelings and puts them into English language that's acceptable.
There you go. That's going to be difficult, if not impossible, to replace.
Yeah.
But, well,
Truly. Kim, one of the
Well-
first memories I have of you is we were working on a case and we were stumped and we were thinking there's really nothing that we can do here. I can't remember the details of the case. There's an egregious action and we were really scratching our heads and because we couldn't find the place where we could attach the action to a policy violation, but you did. And it was, you said, well, we could look at it this way. I'll never forget it. And I just remember thinking at that moment, oh, this one's a smart one.
she's a keeper, but we lost
Yeah.
her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
well. Yeah, I can't begrudge you for wanting change, wanting to pursue other ventures. So good for you. Change is exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Public comment, none. No members of the public present. Open discussion. I think we pretty well fleshed that out. Anybody else?
I
No?
just got one thing.
Sure, Vega.
The next meeting is supposed to be on January 2nd of 25. And Director Burkell is returning on that day from somewhere other than Vermont. So could we kindly move the first January meeting to January 9th, which is the subsequent Thursday?
Let's look and see what that does to schedule. Good for me. There's a Chiefs executive board, so Chief Frank might not be able to make it. But we've got four of us without her. So we
I
could
can't
do
make
that.
it. I
You
can't make
can't?
it that day. No, we're experiencing the joy of deploying a new data collection platform that day.
Oh, that'll take you half an hour. You're
Yeah, I
good.
know.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, believe me, I would so much rather come to this meeting.
Yeah, or if there's
Are-
any
are
other
we then
day.
okay? Are we then okay skipping that meeting and moving to the second meeting of the month?
The 23rd, or not the 23rd, I'm sorry, would be the 16th.
16th,
You know, with the holidays, I mean, I don't know, seeing the dates of what we're receiving now seems like we're getting caught up a little bit. I mean, if you're backed up, Vega, there's a lot in the queue, we can work to find another date. If not, we can just take a deep breath for the holidays and consider it a gift of time.
Right, I do already have 4 cases lined up for you for next meeting, so.
That's Sean.
I could do the 7th, I could do the 10th.
Sean, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I see them contemplating something in the background. I didn't know they were. Yeah, I want to know what's the possibility of, because my job during the day gets real hectic with kids. So is there a possibility that we can change the times to meet? I don't know how possible that is. I don't know, possibly, I don't know how late you guys go. Sometime after maybe 1:30 or 2. I don't know if you guys, because the school, like I said, I'm during the time 10 a.m. It really gets hard to really be around the kids and do this at the same time. So
Mhm.
I didn't know what the situation was with the times with everybody else.
For me, it depends on the day,
Yeah, me
but I
as
can,
well.
with enough notice, I mean, this meeting is built into my schedule, but
Yeah.
Thursday mornings are also super hectic. So if we were able to project out when we would make that shift, it's certainly possible in my schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I could do 1:30 or 2. Again, like you say, Kim, I mean, I built my forward schedule around Thursday, so it might be clunky for a few weeks till I catch up with
Yeah.
conflicts, but you know, I could contemplate a 1:30 or 2 o'clock. I could also do an 8 or 8:30. We've done that before as well.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Thank you guys. I don't mean to
So-
put y'all out of y'all.
No, so you know, and we've got 3 of us here. I mean, if we want to look at an extra meeting right now, I mean, do we want to we don't want to do Friday afternoon. That's not going to work. I wouldn't do that to anybody. You know, is there a desire to go the 8th, 9th for a late afternoon meeting? Is there? You can't do the 9th. I wouldn't do that to you, Karen. And the 8th, you're probably getting ready.
The 8th is, but actually we start on Monday that week, but we have a break in the middle of the week. I could do the 8th. I can't do the 9th. But not until I could move a meeting. I could do any time in the afternoon of the 8th.
Chris, Vega, I mean, I don't know what that does to you folks.
Well, we have a council meeting
I'm
on
at
the
your
8th.
service, so.
There's a
Oh, that's
council
right.
meeting scheduled on the 8th from 10 to noon.
In
And
the morning,
then I have a break between there and 3 o'clock.
So it'd have to be 3. Let's just
No,
skip
wait,
it.
I think Chris said
oh.
he had a break between, you have a break until
Between
3?
noon and 3. I'm tied up again from 3 on.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And you know, if we started at 2, that only gives us an hour. So that's going to push it too much. I guess at this point, chair's prerogative. Let's skip that first meeting. Let's come together on the 16th. But also, I'll push out some information about looking at a new potential time. I'll get some discussion going there between now and the 16th, and maybe then we can start to hash out what might an alternative be. because I know Kareem gets tied up a lot too. So we might have a better option there. Okay, so
Sounds good.
16th is our next meeting. All right. Very good. So with that, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I second.
Thank you. Discussion? None? Favor? Yes? Very good, folks. Thank you. Good discussion again, Vega, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Take
good
good care,
holiday.
everybody.
All right, you too. Yes, good
Take care.
holiday.
Happy
Take care.
holidays.
Take care.
Happy holidays, guys.